Whiskerwood looks like a cozy city builder, but don't let those cute ears fool you. The first winter is going to be a gear check that ends 90% of first time runs. If you're not prepared by day 17, your economy isn't going to slow down, it's going to freeze. We're going to dive in to find out how you can survive your first winter. So even before we actually dive into the game, we need to talk about our initial crew. So what you want to do is don't just take the defaults. You want to make sure you have at least one apprentice. They were basically going to learn skills faster, which is the only way you're going to hit tier 2 tech before the frost. Look for high mining or woodcutter to start. So I've already re-rolled this a few times and we've got a really good kind of mixture here. Can't smell is a massive buff what you can have, and also we've got a gifted teacher, apprentice, strong shoulders. So straight away, this is a fantastic crew we can take along. We're playing on Farthest Frontier, and we're also not changing any of the presets. So we're going to need a balanced seed island. So ensure we're going to have green, fertile soil and for food, and also some grey rock veins for copper. If you're missing one, you can always re-roll the map. So let's have a look around and figure out where is a great starting place. So this looks like the perfect island. So we've got over here, we've got a little bit of coal, ore, and also I did notice some... So these 3 islands is where we're going to start. The reason why I want to start over here, we've got a big abundance of trees. We've also got gold, which has been massive in early game. We've got copper, we've got coal, we've got rocks, and we've got a good amount of berries and also flax, which we're going to require as well. So we're going to be popping down the trade dock. We're going to put that in somewhere not too far away, but also not too close. We want to make sure we're not building over any of the ores. So we could put it right next to the trees, but I'm going to pop it, I think, right about here. Perfect. And our whiskers are coming ashore. Fantastic. Come on in. So let's bring them ashore straight away. Bring whiskers in. Now, the biggest tip I'm going to give you straight away is do not build houses on day 1. Your whiskers can sleep on the ground for a few nights. So those logs are much more valuable for your trade dock and also the resources. We're going to need to build a centralized trade as well. And we're going to pop it. Let's have a look. Where can we squeeze you in? So we could put it easily here. It's going to make it a little bit tight. Or we could pop you, I think. Here we go. That's a nice place we can build in. Fantastic. Let's get them building. Yeah, build. Come on, build. We can speed up the game by using the 1, 2, 3 arrow buttons, or we can use the buttons at the bottom right, but we're just going to get them moving along, because once this is built, we're going to get our first supply ship arriving as well. Here they come. Let's put it back onto normal speed as well. Oh, look at our little furry little mice. They're so beautiful. Unload the supplies. Fantastic. Straight away, we are going to owe debt to the cat. So the kind of thing with this is the shorter the walk to the taxman, the more productive your economy is going to be. Now, if we have a look at our tax report, we are going to want to make sure is overpay the taxman when he comes in initially. So this builds us some favour. As you can see, we're satisfied at the moment, and we want to build this up initially. And you can spend the favour later to skip expensive shipments when resources are tight. So, it does say we have got 5 whiskers without homes, but like I said, we're not worried about that right now. What we are worried about is we need to get the Holy Trinity. So we're going to need to get some woodcutters, some foragers, and also some miners. So let's straight away, you can see the miner has got a circle of influence. And right now, we can just pop, I'm just going to put one right there. We have to ensure we're setting it up as well to say where I want them to mine. So we can mine those 2, those copper. What we got here? More copper, fantastic. We're just gonna go for the juicy stuff, you could say. There we go. This stuff over here, this stuff over here, that stuff there, all of this, yeah, all of that things there. Perfect. They should be able to reach all of that on their own. Lovely. Another little pro tip I want to give you is when you're building the initial things you kind of want. Just build it straight away, because you can always move it. You can move it wherever you want to. So I'm just going to build it literally right next door to everything else. So we're going to put a forager there. And also we're going to get a woodcutter here. And then once these 3 are built, we can then move them. So we've got a nice abundance of flax and also some berries up here. So let's just make sure we are cherrying them all in to make sure we want to, well, basically harvest everything. Just notice some more coal up there as well, some more gold, which is lovely. The woodcutters, we're going to make sure we tell them to chop as a high priority all of this stuff. So let's go and select all of it. Make sure I've got it all. Yeah, all of you are set to chop. All of you set to chop. Chop, chop, chop. There we go. Can't see exactly where I'm chopping right now, but I know I'm chopping in the right spot. Okay, all of them are built. Fantastic. So, miners. Let's make sure we actually put our miner in. So, we've got shade. Can go in here. Woodcutters like the explorers. So, we have got one explorer. And the foragers also do like the explorer as well. Unfortunately, we haven't got a great one we could use in here. So, we could use nettle because you are swift. Now, let's move them to places where it's going to be more effective. So you want to kind of put things as close as possible. So we're going to pop you in there. We need to make sure we do stairs for them as well, actually thinking about. Before I forget, let's make sure we put the stairs in. They are going to require steep stairs initially, but these things have to be done. You can use shift and the mouse wheel to go up and down. So that makes it nice and simple. R is rotate. There we go. Pop you there. And what we've got here, the woodcutters. We're going to move you to over here as well. Just like so. And we could put a couple of stairs close to them as well, just so they're not having to go too far away. There we go. Put one there, and we're going to go up like this and down like that. There we go. So they can get to 3 levels there already. Off the back of that as well, we want to make sure we're putting in some storages next to them. The reason why we want to put storage right next to things is if they have to walk all the way back to the storeroom over here, it's going to take them absolutely longer. Storerooms cannot be moved once built. So we want to think tactically for these. I'm going to leave the... we could put one here as well, actually. There's no harm in it. Let's pop you... Let's pop it... Why should we put it here? Let's put it there. That's fine. And also there's another one here, so we can put you just there. Perfect. Hopefully, that should be getting all built. Let's let them get that all done, and they're going to straight away start working on the mining, start working on building up our resources. One thing we're going to have to make sure we get at some point is we want to get farms in quite quickly. But as you can see, farms need planks. So we're straight away looking at our resources. And we're going to have to get a sawmill in. But sawmill, again, needs logs. So you're looking at a constant focus of getting those logs in, getting some wood in. Basically just expanding your colony as quick as possible. And we've got our first whisker ship arrived. Now, we don't mind who we get straight away. I want to get as many people as I can initially. As many as we can basically afford. Now, don't forget, the timer always also keeps ticking down. So if you've still got it on play, it's going to keep ticking down until you stop it. Now, miner, healthy. We haven't got much favour. So we can't do this too much, but we can probably take a few. We've got to think about who we want to take. So strong shoulder miner is really good. An apprentice, but you are a monarch, but you are also in the Explorers Guild. Healthy. Weak knees is one we definitely want to refuse. A gifted teacher is very good. Strong shoulder is very good, but we can only probably afford to take 2. And we have got another apprentice here as well, who's Dash. Let's think about this. Let's take, I think, Scuttle. And we can take one more. We can't afford to take the gifted teacher. I should have maybe took her instead. Well, should we take instead Monica's loyally? Yeah, we'll take Dash as well. There we go. Perfect. And we will refuse the rest. So we need to make sure we are putting our whiskers to work. So straight away, we need to put in Scuttle in here. Who else do we have? Well, these need to be built still. We have got an explorer now, so we can put Dash in there. And a woodcutter, we'll just take anyone. We'll take, I guess, Tamer. There we go. We need to get our logs in as soon as possible. And the other thing we want to think about at some point is we're going to want to get a school in. The reason why we're going to need a school is to ensure... Well, it doesn't need planks. We can then don't have to worry about who we take. We just got to focus on their kind of, not their abilities, more their kind of effects. You know, for example, this here, Snores, Nibbit, not great. So we want to then look for people who's got like healthy or really good kind of traits with them. Because if we've got the school, then we can train them up to be something else. So, for example, we could change Shade here from the Miners Guild into the Explorers Guild, as an example. Right, let's let them get that all built, because that's already quite a lot for them to do. Now, the big aim we are going for is we want to make sure we are getting our food in by day 5. Specifically, the farms by day 5. So we need to make sure we're getting planks by that point. Now, one way we could speed it up is we could get a second woodcutter. So let's pop another woodcutter just here. You know what we'll do is we'll pop it right there and then we'll move it. So we'll get a second woodcutter in. We can also look at putting them on overtime. So if we had more of the approval, we could put them on overtime to make them work overnight. Right now we haven't got anything like that, so we're going to have to wait. So the next thing we're saving up for is the sawmill. It's going to take 21 logs, and it's then going to turn 1 log into 5 planks. While we wait for that to get done, let's move this woodcutter over here. And let's make sure we're putting 1 extra person in there. That is all of our builders used up, but I think everything is built nevertheless. I know we've put this over here, the central warehouse, and regrettably, if I could roll it back, I maybe could have put it over here. But what I didn't want to do is block everything off. The good thing about putting it here is we can expand this way. So this is where we potentially could put all of our homes and our sleeping areas, and also cafes and things for food as well. But right now, that will have to do. Our first day has ended. How are we getting on? Let's have a look. So we can have a look at what they all are little mice like and also what they don't like. The more they like, the more approval we get. We can have a look about what they really like at the minute and what we get bonuses on. And also what we're getting the negative thoughts on. So straight away, the fresh arrivals is being cancelled out by the slept outside. We've got 9 people doing hard labour and also 8 at a warehouse. Straight away, these aren't massive effects. You can see we've got a lot more positives to negatives. Shows the upcoming tax report, which is coming in shortly. And we're going to overpay the first one, because we want to make sure we're overpaying as much as possible, just so, as mentioned earlier, we can build up that favour. Right, let's let them crack on for that little bit longer, because what we need to get going shortly is we need to make sure we're getting the sawmill in. It's going to take 21 logs, so we've got a little bit of time to wait. So our supply ship is here. The things we're looking at here is things what's going to be really useful. So machinery is the only thing that you cannot create yourself. So initially that might be a good one. We've got some hardtack as well, and we've got some tea. But what I'm really interested in is the planks. If you remember rightly, we need planks to make farms. So that'll give us a good boost. And we've got logs as well. And we've got some cloaks ready for winter. So we're going to take the second one. If you refuse it, you're going to have a negative with the cat. So where possible, you want to avoid that. So let's just take that one. Have we got enough now for our farm? Yes, we have. We've got 8 planks. So with farming, we can have a look at where's going to be a natural place for farms to be. So if we go into the farm tool, you can see the environment. Straight away, I'm going to pause while we do this. And if we have a look, we can see the crop fertility for certain items. So we can see the nutrients of the ground. We can see how rocky it is. And if you need to remove rocks where possible. Sunlight isn't really a problem right now. Pollution isn't really a problem. Flax, we don't really want to grow flax straight away, because flax ultimately is for clothes. Trees is going to be good once we get rid of all those trees, but we have got these other islands over here what we can make use of later on. Cotton is fantastic to pay the cat, so that is something you could think about doing initially, but straight away we're going to thinking about berries, and we're going to be thinking about food. So berries are going to be inland. You can see up here we've got a nice area for berries. The higher they go, you can see the better it is for them. So we could get a nice bit of field going in here. And that's what I'm going to focus on. So we're going to designate a nice big, so this is going to be extended field. If I click off of it, you can see it says new field. If I click on it, it says extend. Now you can only click, and that way you can have different areas for different things. So for example, you could have cotton growing up here. You could have berries down here. We might even be able to go, if we click on cotton, we could even do that. And that way we can have a couple of different fields. 3 there. And maybe, have we got enough room for flax? I don't think we do. So I think that will do the job perfectly. They're going to need to find a way up here as well. And we're going to need to also build the farm as well. So where are we going to pop it? Let's think about a decent place. So we want to make sure they can reach all the areas quite easily. I was going to pop it here, but it does mean we haven't got much room to play with to get them up to the top. So let's pop you, I think, just here. And also we need to make sure, as always, we are putting in some stairs. We can utilize these stairs if we wanted to. Why is that blocked? That is a question. Why is that blocked? We can pop it there, but we can't pop it there. Interesting. Why are you blocked? Pavement blocked. Can we do this stair instead? No. Interesting. Well, let's get them up to the top initially. So we can get one there. We can get one here. We can get one there. And why can't I put you there? Is it because we need to get rid of one of these fields? No, because we've got fields there. It's because we've got a field here. That's why. Right, let's delete just one of the fields. And we can do that by going into the farm tool and just clicking off one of them. Let's just go corner. Yeah. Click. I want to get rid of that one, please. Thank you, sir. Come on, get rid of it. No, not chop, sorry. I want a farming tool. If we hold shift, it gets rid of it. There we go. So it's got rid of that one there. And let's make sure we put in our steep stairs to get them up to the top. Okay, so this field is going to be for cotton. As you can see, it's already selected. This field is going to be for cotton as well. I mean, we could do berries on that one. We've got berries going on that one. Let's go berries. With you, we can go with berries as well. And down here, we'll get cotton. At the bottom, you can see how much nutrients and how many rocks are in there. The more rocks they have, it basically slows down the farms. Over here, quite a lot of rocks. We're going to leave it as it is because we need to get the food for the first year. I'm not too bothered. We'll look at removing the rocks next time round. The other thing we can look at is the nutrients. So once things are being used, they will lose their nutrients. So each season, we want to potentially rotate it and make it fallow. So it doesn't plant it, but the nutrients will then recover. We also need to make sure these guys can actually get up to work up here. So let's pop in another set of stairs. They could walk all the way around, but again, that is not very efficient. So let's think about the most efficient way they can get to it, which will probably be that way around. Perfect. So that is farming then going in. We haven't got many whiskers at the moment. So have we got... Let's have a look. Can we get in things that they're going to like? Because we're going to need to get fishing in shortly soon. Because food is still on the rise. But we want to make sure we're giving them different things to go with. So we've got a lot of things we need to build. So we're going to need to get a fishing dock. That only needs logs, which is quite handy. So let's think about where we can put you. Let's pop you over here. That's not a bad little spot. Because they can build it and put it straight into the warehouse. Factory-wise, we are still needing to get a sawmill, which we have got now enough logs to do. Now, sawmill, I don't believe, if I remember rightly, does not create pollution at all. I don't believe it does, so I think we are safe. And where are we going to have our sawmill? Because again, we want to make sure we're making this as efficient as possible. Over here, we've already talked about having a bit of a base for them. We're going to have a little cafe maybe, bathing docks, a place for them to nice and lovely and eat and recover. So let's start popping things over here because we've already got a lot of wood over here. So let's pop that there as well. So that way they don't have to go too far. And also, we're going to put a storage shed next to it as well. And that storage shed, I will disable all inputs initially. And when it's created, we're going to change that to say that can be where our logs are kept. So they can move the logs from here to over here. And it's going to make it a lot more efficient. Perfect. Let's roll on another day. The tax man has arrived. Now, as you remember before, I said to you, you want to be overpaying initially. And the good thing is, we have got gold ore. And we're going to use this gold ore because look how much of a benefit it brings. We can literally almost overpay everything. And you can see the coin values next to each thing. So coin value for gold ore is absolutely humongous. We're not going to use any coal because we're going to need that for winter. Logs we desperately need right now as well. Let's see if we can top it up by a little bit of flax. We can hold down shift to go by 5. See if we can go. There we go. And the benefit of sending a large shipment initially is we're going to get more effects, more schematics, more ration meals. So basically, more bigger options to overpay. We could just send a full shipment. We're going to get a better, what's that, 50% chance of schematic, machinery chance. But I want to go for the big shipment. So let's send them off. Goodbye, Mr. Taxman. We will see you again soon. No doubt about it. Future taxes, yep, that is fine. Now, we have got no worker assigned currently in here. The farmer do want someone in the Farmers Guild if we can. What we can do is we can have a look at our Connolly office. Oh, before we do that, though, we need to pick what we're going to take. So, plank abodes. They are great, but we're going to need planks to build those houses. Yes, they do give really good housing, but we're not going to need them straight away. The Claws Visage, that basically intimidates people, makes them work quicker. We haven't got any cut stone, so again, we're not going to need that. Old medical chest. We're going to get some medicines, soap. I mean, it's not great. I mean, we've got ration meals and things. Fuel industries have 20% chance of doubling effect. That only lasts 3 nights. Again, we're not going to need that right now because it's only going to last 3 nights. So I'm going to re-roll this. Mining could be fantastic. Again, lasts for 3. A slide is absolutely massive as well. But again, we're going to need copper for that one. What I'm focusing on, here we go. Look at this. 13 machinery. And we are going to get some copper. And we can get planks. So I'm going to go for these 2. And our Whisker ships arrived again. Who are we going to take this time? We don't want to take Snore Patient, could be good. Warm Core is really fantastic. I'm going to re-roll it. Just see, we haven't got much to re-roll. We haven't got many wax seals. We've only got 1 left now. And unfortunately, that was really quite bad. Let's try 1 more re-roll. Oh, thank goodness we did that. So we've got an apprentice who's got strong shoulders and swift. Content, strong shoulders, perfectionist. So if we take you... And we want to take 1. Can we take 2 more? Can we get you and you? There we go. Refuse the rest. Perfect. Now we've got some extra mice to deal with. If we click on the mouse at the top, it shows us a whole list of mice we have got currently working and where we haven't got anyone working. And we can go through and work out who's working where and what they're doing. Sometimes you're going to want to go back through this list and make sure people are working where they should do. So, for example, we've got 4 construction workers. We've got in the woodcutter hut, we've got 3 out of 4 people working in there. And right now, remember, they need the Explorers Guild. Have a look at the Explorers Guild. We have got doodle working in there. Miners. So, you get an idea of where people are working. So, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to kick everyone out and redo them. And the benefit of kicking them out is if you literally just press the plus arrow, it puts in the correct person to work in that area. So I know I've got 3 different explorers. Miners, we've got 2 of them. Foragers hut. We haven't got any foragers hut, so I'm going to disable that initially, but I'm going to put 2 people working in the farm, 1 person in the forager, and we've still got 3 people left. So let's put 1 person in there. And that is everyone optimized as much as possible early on. Anyway, we are going to be working on houses next because we're going to start losing the housing buff. If we have a look again at our colony office, we have still got the fresh arrival perk, but that is going to go soon. So we need to think about houses shortly. The initial houses we could go with is some log cabins. We've got quite a lot of wood, so let's start making these for them. Now, we haven't got any kind of bad resources over here, as in things what we want to mine over. We have got gold over here. And again, I don't want to be mining over any of this, or sorry, putting any houses over any of this because we can utilize all of that stuff, good stuff. With that, let's pop in our log cabins. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Now you can build vertically on this, and that's what I'm going to suggest you do because we need 11 homes. Vertically is much better to build for heat in the winter. It's a lot easier to heat a small space rather than a large space. So let's put, that's what, 6. And let's see if we can go up any higher. 1, 2, so that's 9. And we'll probably pop in, I think. Annoying, we can't build it there. I'm going to pop it here then. 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, that's a lot of homes. And we've got to get to all of those homes as well. So let's make sure we're putting in a nice path for them all. So let's go 1 up, 2, and 3 across. Oh, end the day. End the day. This, like I said, this fresh arrival, look how negative it is now. They're starting to doubt us because they're all sleeping outside And that fresh arrival buff has now dropped massively. And we don't want them to doubt us. Oh, no, 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 no. That would be really bad if they did start doubting us. Let's pop all these across here like this. And we're going to have to do the same again all the way along. Just like so. How much we got? We are running out of logs. Can we build it to there? No. Let's focus on instead then getting us a way to get to the top, which will be you. But again, we haven't got any logs. We're out of logs. Don't negotiate with pirates. Refuse the pirate demands. It's another fun thing we'll see shortly, isn't it? Some pirates. Okay, guys, I need you to get some more wood, please, for us as soon as possible. And we need to make sure we're thinking about the farms as well. Okay, so you are now ready to be built. So what did we say we wanted to go in here? We wanted in here logs. Logs only, please. Supply ship. I'm going to go again with a big one because we need planks, we're going to need wood, we need food. Let's take the biggest one we can right now. How are we getting on with logs? There we go. We've got loads of logs now. Let's make sure we can get up to these paths, and then what we'll do is we'll set them as a high priority. Let's go up one more. Can I get all the way across? Not enough. How much am I out by? Like one. One log. Can I build now? No, we need 2 logs. One more log, please. You bringing some logs down? I think you are. But we need our builders to be building logs, please, as soon as possible. There we go. They won't be able to get to the top straight away. But once we get a few more logs in, we'll be able to get that built. Right, come on, guys. I need you to make those homes as soon as possible, please. So while we wait for our houses to be built, the taxman is back. Now, if you remember, we built up quite a lot of favour last time. Now, we could look at overpaying if we wanted to again. But we could this time just go for a minimum payment. We could just give it one. Because we haven't got any wax seals. And wax seals are quite important. And we do want to think about that moving forwards. So we're going to go and utilise some of this copper ore. We could maybe overpay a little bit more just to kind of get it up a little bit further. Let's give them a little bit more flax. There we go. We'll send them a large shipment this time round. But we're focusing massively on these houses because right now they really do not like us. Look at this. The approval is massively negative because they're all sleeping outside. So we need to get these houses done as soon as possible. Supplier ship. Let's go for more logs. Woven cloaks. That's important as well. Where can we go? Oh, charcoal furnace. This is brilliant because we can get coal. Coal is going to be fantastic for the winter. We've got no coal at the moment. What else could we look at getting? Copper bars, not important. Cut stone, not massively important. We've got a massive amount of planks as well. So I think we should go with 2 stairways and the charcoal furnace. Thank you very much. And this is going to turn logs into fuel. It is going to create pollution. But right now, that's fine. We've got loads of logs, so right as well, we can start making the... Well, do we unpause the fishing dock? I think we should wait until the houses are done. And once the houses are done, then we can get the fishing dock moving. You can see at the top left as well, we have got some things we could turn in, some of the quests. A town to call our own. This is good sometimes if it's an option what kind of gives us favour. Like both these rewards don't give us favour. That's a good one. Look at that. Machinery and logs. But I'm going to go for a town for our own because this is going to give us pranks and trinkets. So let's turn that one in. But if it was favour, I would hold on to it until our favour is like right now. Or our approval is really low. So regrettably, we haven't got that right now. But they are building all the houses, which is good. We've got 6 builders working on them. So fingers crossed they can get some of these done before the end of the day. So all those houses have been built. But you can see we have still got a housing shortage. Now this is because we are taking in more people. So let's give them a few more log cabins. I think it'll be safe to go out this way. We'll go... Let's plan for the future a little bit. Let's get 6 more. And make sure we're putting our paths along here as well. Let's just go all the way along this path. Because it's going to make them walk a bit quicker. And we'll go shifting up so we can increase that and make that go along there. That is all of our logs used up, but hopefully that will be enough for them. I'm going to also unpause the fishing dock so we can get some fish in, and we'll unpause the sawmill so we can get that created as well. But fingers crossed now, we should get some approval because everyone par 1 has got a house, and that new arrival should have the new arrival buff at the same time. So they shouldn't be moaning that they haven't got a house to sleep in. Well, that's the idea anyway. We have just, I did notice a minute ago that it did say that someone hasn't got a place they could live. Let's increase these back up again, just to get people working in there again. You as well. And I think it was you. There we go. Perfect. Right, that is all of them in. We've still got 3 people to work. We can build, which is good. We're going to need to get some logs at some point. And don't forget, we also did get the charcoal furnace. We're not going to need that straight away, but we will need it soon. We'll also need to think about the weaver at some point as well. Hopefully we'll get an approval. Thank goodness for that. We are getting approval. We have just got one person who slept outside, but everyone is quite happy now. We should also be thinking about what they don't like. So they've got dirty fur. That's starting to become a problem. Bland food. Hard labour. Ate raw food. So dirty fur is the big key priority for next. What we're going to need for that is a bathhouse. The bathhouses is within the services area. And you can see bathing dock requires planks. So we can spin you around. And hopefully we can squeeze you in. Just there. Oh, we need 2 logs. Oh, who's this? Oh, it's the pirates. Oh, and this is another one we want to keep an eye on. Here we go. So this means the camp is idle, which means they've done everything we've told them to do. Now, what we could do is we could move them over here because there was some gold over here. Or we could keep mining this area out because we have got stone we could be getting. And there is we haven't got any left stone, so we could be mining this out. So let's set up a new area for them to mine. So we go straight into the resources, we go into the mining tool, and we could use the slice tool by holding shift and going down. And it shows us where other resources are. Straight away, look, there's copper there. And there's also some copper down here. So let's mine them out. And I think, is there anything decent down there? Is it go any further? Anything down here? There's a nice vein of things over here. So let's straight away go, I want you to mine out all of that. And let's see. That gives them quite a lot of work to do. Okay, so the pirate blockade is here. Now, remember, we had a task that said, don't give them anything. Don't give in. Well, we are going to give in, because if we don't give in, they're going to destroy everything. But we can give in up to a point of not fully... Right, see, that fully gives them the ransom. But I want to give it to 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to get it up to 5. That also gives it up to the max. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 4 woven cloaks left. I think that might do. Partial payment. Boom. They've just hit in with a cannonball, which thankfully only destroyed the shed. And I'm praying it didn't do too bad. Now we have got some more homes being built. And if we recall, we built 6 and we only had 1. So we could take another 5 whiskers. How much food have we got though? Food is on the rise. Let's have a look. Who could we get in? Is anyone decent? Can't smell. That is a great trait to have. Learns faster at school. That's another great. And strong shoulders. So we'll take you 2. We don't want to take the sickly. Patient is pretty good as well. Well, they don't rush. Should we just take those 2? I think we should. Sickly, yeah. Let's refuse the rest. But that gives us an extra 2 people to work with. Hopefully those houses can be built shortly as well. And maybe we do get an extra log woodcutter in. Because we are going through wood left, right and centre. So let's pop another woodcutter in there. And I'm going to move these woodcutters. So let's move them up here. So that it's a lot closer for them to actually do their jobs. And we could probably put you there. And I've just noticed that we need a stairway here as well. Come on, give us 1 log so I can make this stair, please. Doesn't take long, does it? Let's put 1 there. And let's pop 1 there. So they can get up and do all those trees as well. Make sure we are marking them again for resource extraction. There we go. Fantastic. That is getting built. Houses are nearly done. That's nearly done, but they are focusing on other jobs as well. But I don't mind. Sawmill is almost finished. I'm not going to put the sawmill straight to work because we have got so many planks we don't actually need them. The bathing dock is the next key priority, which we haven't started making yet because, if you recall, we didn't have enough things to make it. Can I build it yet? No, still need 2 logs. There we go. We've got enough now. Let's pop you in. We want to get the food going shortly soon because we're going to need to get, well, something more than just berries. How's this getting on up here? Let's have a look. Crop fertility is at 80%. Yeah, so that is at, well, the berries are starting to make 90%. That's already at 100%. So yeah, they're growing. Looking at it, they haven't actually started on this one yet, have they? My goodness. They've got a lot of work to do still. They've got that one and that field. Maybe this is going to be plenty for them. Good news, the supplier's back and he's bringing us lots of logs. So that is what we're going to take because logs is our shortfall at the moment. Because we need to recreate you and also we need to get this done as soon as possible so we can get more logs and more trees moving. But the bathing dock is done, which is fantastic. So we can use baths and they can then get their fur nice and clean, which is amazing because we do want them to have nice clean fur. And we're about to finish the fishing dock as well, which is even better so we can get another resource of food coming in for them. Our first harvest is coming in and he is bringing in a whole host of berries, which is absolutely lovely. Look at this food rocketing up. We've got some cooked food and we've got raw food. And also the fishing dock is in as well. We do need an apprentice working in here. Unfortunately, we haven't got someone who's going to give us the same trait. But we have got an apprentice nevertheless. So let's give you, I think, Swift. And how many workers we got left? 2. We give 1 more, I think, in there. Which is going to be you. You are a heavy eater, unfortunately. We didn't think about that. Maybe that was one of those stowaways that came in for us. But all the houses are almost all done. We have got a quest to bring it up to 21 space. Let's help them along a little bit with that. Let's make some more log cabins for them. 1, 2, 3. And also bring up the path all the way along. Again, they can only go up this way. I don't see a point of making it come down this way just yet because we could even go up 1 higher level. We could even go back to back and have them around the back as well. But there are some berries back there what we're going to want to eat at some point soon. Now, if you remember, one of the other complaints they had is they were eating outside. So we could build them this cafe. It does require 21 planks. However, we've got loads of planks at the moment. And if you recall, I wanted this to be kind of a bit of a centralized hub for them all. We could build it on top of the warehouse, but I'm going to pop it in here. So that means the cafe and where they live, sleep and eat is all in the same spot. Let's have a look at our approval. Fantastic, going right up. Dirty fur is still top priority at the moment. Now the reason why you might be asking yourself, well, clothing is another one. That is starting to be quite negative as well because we're utilising all of our woven clothes. Now you might be thinking, well, hold on, you build a bath dock. So why are they not getting to it? Well, it's because they have got a long way for them to walk. I'm also going to set some of these on overtime. Now, the benefit of overtime means they're going to work 24 hours. They're going to work all night and all day. And the key thing for that, it means ultimately we're going to get more resources in quicker. We also want to make sure we're putting our logs and path all the way along. Oh, tax shipper's back. Yeah, obviously, he's always back, isn't he? Let's create a nice walkway for them. If we go along, yeah, I can't afford it right now, so we can go to about there. We'll start making it. The quicker, if they walk on the wood, it means they're going to walk a lot quicker along. Okay, so we've got a really positive trait right now with the tax collector. So we can send a partial shipment to them. So if we just send all the trinkets, and I think we could probably get rid of some of that as well. We're going to send a partial shipment. It is going to give us -2 trust. We're going to get a wax seal, but right now that is the most important aspect. We could overpay right now. We can afford to overpay. We can afford to overpay so we can get hopefully some more planks and some food, fuel. You know what? That's not a bad idea. I'm going to keep going that little bit more. 1 trinket. There we go. We'll send a full shipment. Off you go, guys. Off you go. Wood-wise, that is moving on nicely still. So let's create a little bit more of a walkway for them. There we go. See if I can make it all the way to the edge. No, we've run out already. We have run out. But this will make them walk a lot quicker. And like I said, that is a key priority right now. Okay, so we can choose one. Woven cloaks is the key. So I'm going to go for it. Because they did moan that they haven't got any cloaks. We can use flax to create cloaks for them. So that's what we're going to focus on doing. Can we accept any more people? A craft master. Expert skill. That is really quite positive. Warm core is really good. So I'm going to take those three. Hopefully we've got enough housing space for them. We should do once those things are built. And I'm not going to do any more paths now until we've got those built. We've got 4 people working who can actually create and build things for us. So let's hopefully we can get this done before the end of, well, tomorrow. I'm going to say it's not going to happen today. So before the tomorrow, fingers crossed, that's going to get built for us. Since we've got 48 planks, we need to also think about getting research and a school going. A school is imperative initially. I think school is more priority than research. The reason why the school is so important is we can train people up. And we can also change what they do. So if they're an explorer, we could change them to a miner, for example. So let's put in our school. And let's pop it right there. We've got loads of logs still as well. So let's see if we can finish this path over here, what we started for them. So let's go around like this. Down and along. There we go. And can we get it along here as well? I reckon we should be able to. After the end of the day. How do we get on? Let's have a look at our approval. Really good. Slept outside again is negative. But they have got housing for majority. Bland food. Again, we unsatisfying bath. Oh! Wish for a more comforting bath experience. Well, that is a new one I've not seen before. Well, they shouldn't moan. They've got a bath. So let's make all these paths for them so they can walk a bit quicker. And let's bring this around like so. There we go. And we're out of logs again. Okay. Got 1 log. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so that gives them quite a lot to do. We've got fish now coming in, which is fantastic. We've got those being built. We're still fine on planks. I'm not going to change that just yet. But I do want to get these built up here just so we can make it a little bit quicker for them. Let's go round here. 1 there. Yep. Again, it's all going to help them move a lot quicker around everywhere. This is a priority right now. We want them to move quickly. The supplier is back. And we're going to take this time the little one. Because it's machinery. And we're going to need machinery soon. Because we only had 1, I believe, before. Oh no, we got loads. If I could re-roll that, again, I should have checked. We've got 13 machinery. So we could... Ultimately, machinery can be used for other aspects. Not just building. We can use it and sell it to certain people, which you'll see at some point soon as well. So we are also officially out of planks. So have we got anyone who could work in here? Good news is we have got an apprentice. But the apprentice slot is right at the end. There we go. Now I'm going to actually remove, I think, you. So we're going to get 1 person working in here. Because that way we've still got 1 builder left. But we are going to need to start getting some planks. Housing is done. What's this going to give us? Approval and trinkets. How are we doing on approval? 92. Let's pop you on overtime. I want to spend some of this approval. Otherwise, we're going to lose it. I'm also going to put the fish, I think, on overtime as well. And also, how are we doing on logs? Logs, again, we could need more. So let's pop a few of these on overtime. And also the mine on overtime as well. Perfect. Now let's turn it in. There we go. I've just noticed as well, they probably can't get up to these yet, can they? So, oh yes, end of the day first. How are we getting on? Maxed out. Amazing. Clothing is becoming an issue now. You can see the colour is starting to highlight a darker shade of red, which means they do not like it. So, subper clothing. We're going to need to think about that shortly as well. But I did say we need to get stairs. So, let's get 1 to here. And let's go up 1 there and 1 there. And also make sure, not forgetting, we are saying we want to chop all this down. Chop, 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 please. Chop, chop, chop. There we go. Perfect. Can we put you on overtime? Yes, we can. Let's get them all on overtime. Get them working a bit harder, please. That would be lovely. Because we need to get some more logs in. And we're going to need to get some planks in. Who's arrived today? A whisker ship. We need to get 3 more whiskers to turn in that quest. Weak knees is not ideal, but you have got a warm core. Apprentice, but you are a perfectionist. That's pretty good. Nosy, snores, loner. I'm going to re-roll it. I think we'll re-roll it. My pace. Let's have a look through this list, see if we got any good. Educated, rude. No, I'm going to want to do one more re-roll. Educator, considerate. You're a monarchist. Natural loyalty. Monarchist, pessimist. Double the fat. No, they're not good. Do we do one more re-roll? Yeah, go on then. Healthy. Well, oh, hello. This. Oh, they're very good. Let's take 1, 2, 3, 4. Housing space, again, is down. So let's create some more housing space for them. We could probably just do that again by putting a couple more here. 1, 2, 3. And also expand that path. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Let's get them built, please. And that would be really lovely if you can. What are you doing in here? There's someone on overtime in there, but I don't know where they are because it's kind of stuck. Hopefully that'll go in a minute. And we want to refuse you because you are a heavy eater, which we do not want. We have got loads of food coming in, loads of fish, and smoked fish is a good one to take. I have also, you might have noticed, the cafe is up and running, which is good. So that means they won't be able to say they ate at a warehouse and instead they're eating at a cafe. Can't remember how many people can actually eat here, but I think that should be fine. Line must go up is done. Tax credits, minus 144. We've got loads in the storage, so I'm going to hold on to that one. Because we don't need to turn it in. We'll hold that for winter. Now remember, a big thing about this game is building vertically. So we want to put our research lab in, and I'm going to pop it, I think, on top of this. If we pop it here, let's have a look. So that means logs, because it needs to be stabilised. But if we pop it straight on top of the cafe, we are utilising the verticality of the game instead of expanding out. We can put a simple one of them in there. And then we just need to get down to the bottom, which we could... Oh, no, we don't. We're already there, to be fair. Because look, we've got a path over here. So let's give them a path. How much wood have we got? We've got loads of wood right now. So let's just bring this out to here, like so. And job is... That is a good one. Perfect. Let's let them get that built. We have also got the school in as well, so we can start retraining people shortly to work out where we miss people and where do we want to get them moving to. The line must go up. Like I said, that is done. Tax bill is really quite low at the moment anyway, so we'll just hold on to that one for a little bit longer. And speaking of devil, here it is. Taxman's back. Okay, so this time what we could do is we can give them all the trinkets. We could give them a load of fish. No, I'm not going to give them fish. I think we could probably give them cotton. Let's give them all the cotton because we're not going to use that right now. Let's give them... I want to basically get up to ideally the full payment because I really want this, more planks, more hardtack, more fuel, things like that. Let's see if we can go large. Go big or go home, so they say. If I get rid of... there we go. Send a large shipment. Perfect. Because fingers crossed we can get lots of things coming in. And that's going to help us move along. Here comes the smuggler. Supply, sorry. Oh, what we got? So we've got loads of machinery. We do need cloaks. Fine tea, tailored cloaks. That might be quite nice. Or do we just go with the middle of the road? I mean, the big one is quite a nice one. Let's go for big. Let's go big. And what are you going to bring in for us today? So the gift-wise, what are we focusing on this time round? We've got loads of things. We haven't got any planks, so we could go for the planks. I'm going to re-roll it once. Fuel might be quite important. We haven't got any charcoal yet. Let's re-roll it once. Oh, we go for new schematic. That's going to produce mushrooms underground. We could also go for the old rags. Oh, that is... Oh, I can't turn that down, I don't think. Let's go for the old rags, because that's going to give us... We haven't got any cloaks at the moment, so I'm going to go for that one. And also, let's think about machinery. Isn't too bad. Fertilizer. We could go for the schematic for mushrooms. Or claws. Let's go for claws. Claws kind of intimidates people. And it makes them move a lot quicker. We're not going to put it in right now. But it will be useful at some point soon. Which is over here. Claws for giants. It intimidates passing whiskers. So now we've got those both of them being built. We're going to need to focus on research soon as well. So once that is built, we can actually look at looking at the research and figure out where we go with it. Can we get anyone else working in the sawmill? Yes, we can. We can get Thistle working in here. And we have got a few more. Yeah, we can get Barn working in there as well. Perfect. That is going to get the planks moving in the right direction. We are also going to need someone educated working in the research. I don't think we actually have got any educated whiskers at all. No, we haven't got any at all. So next time this ship comes in, we'll have to focus on trying to get someone in who can work as educated so we can get them working in the research lab. Really important. Don't let me forget. Line must go up's done. Yeah, that's the tax bill. We could take that off. We'll keep an eye on the tax bill because it is full. We are nearly at winter. The mine is also done. No resources in range. Let's move you then up to here. Let's move you to there. Move you to there. Everything's a bit closer for them now. Let's give them another way to get up to the top. Let's pop you there. Perfect, because they've almost gone through these trees. They're going to have to keep going up and up and up. And we need to think about slides, because that might make it quicker for them to get down as well. Anyway, this is looking positive. People are getting clothes. People are bathing. Amazing. And everyone has got a home to sleep in. This is looking like a really strong start currently. Food is on the rise. Fuel, we haven't got any fuel at the moment. We're going to need a charcoal furnace for that. So if we have a look at our services, our factories, the charcoal furnace is here and it does use logs to create fuel. And also we did talk about earlier getting a weaver in as well. Because it's going to create flax and turn it into woven cloaks. Again, quite important. Where are we going to put this then? Let's end the day and find out. Is it still maxed out? I should have spent it. We've maxed out the approval. Bland food is still... Okay, we need to focus on bland food. Everyone is moaning that they haven't got nice food. They always got to moan at something, don't they? The food processing will be in here. We want to get the smokery, but we're going to need the schematic for that. And that's going to turn our fish into smoked fish, which would be rather quite lovely. But before we do that, we need to focus on a weaver, and we are going to need to get a charcoal furnace in. So, industry. Let's think about this. Weaver. Weaver is going to be near flax, but we could ultimately put it anywhere we wanted to. Who are you? You're one of our friends. We don't mind you. Let's pop the weaver, I think, in here. It's a nice little space for it. So yeah, we can pop you there. Charcoal furnace is going to create pollution. Now we need to figure out which way the wind is blowing. Now there is an item we can use for that. I just need to remember where it is. Here we go. It's the windsock. We haven't actually unlocked it, unfortunately. So we're going to have to figure that out a little bit later on. Can we get any more people in right now? Educated, can't smell. We'll take you. We'll refuse the rest. We'll take one educated person. Waffles, you are working in here. Fantastic. So let's get our research moving. Now, the research list is massive. So much you can research. So much you can do. But what should you focus on first? So we've got two focuses. The first thing is the smokery we're going to need. We did talk about also getting the windsock. Because the windsock is going to tell us which way the wind is blowing. And that's important for when we're actually putting down the charcoal furnace. But right now, we just need to get a charcoal furnace in. It's going to create some pollution, but we need to get it done. And we also need to get the smokery. So let's get the smokery going first of all. Most important thing. Once we've got that moving, and through the winter, we could look at moving him into the school and then teaching someone else to be educated. So then we can get two people working in the research lab. You know what? It's actually that important. I'm going to take him out. I'm going to unassign him, and we're going to pop him into the school. And we're going to get him working as an educated person, and we're going to educate one other person. Don't really want to make a crust master out of you. I think we could probably take anyone. Let's take Shadow. There we go. We'll get one extra person working in there. Once Shadow's trained up, we'll put them both into the research room and get that moving quicker as well. Perfect. The Weaver is done. Let's get Tumbles working in there. We have got one spare person, but we kind of need them around for a little bit. Let's also make sure we are spending some of that approval. There we go. Spend all that there. Let's also make sure we turn you on as well. Also the mining camp. Let's put you on. We've got loads of approval. So let's just spend all of it where we can. Fishing dock. Yeah, overtime you as well. There we go. Amazing. Everyone is working overtime, which is perfect. Ready for the winter. We have almost finished learning Shadow, teaching him some education. And once he has finished learning, we're going to be throwing him straight. There we go, he's done. Let's take them both out, and we're going to put them both into our research lab. And we're going to research. So we've done the smokery. Oh no, we are still working on the smokery. We're going to basically put the smokery on top of the fishing dock. Key thing reason being, first things are first. They don't have to go that far to actually get the fish. Second thing, it's going to create heat. So it means they're going to be heating anyone working at the fishing. So it kind of works twofold. We do want to get some more houses. Oh, and I didn't notice this. The camp is idle. So making sure we go to the mining tool and we dig down. Is there anything else we need to work on down here? Yes, there is. Let's get all that moving. You two as well, please. You guys as well. Any deeper? Yeah, that gives them quite a lot to do already, doesn't it? There we go. Perfect. Exit out of that. Lovely. Over here as well, I've noticed they've almost finished chopping down the final trees. So we're going to make sure we are marking more trees for chop. And so marking all these, all of them, all of them, all of them, them. Yeah. Oh, hello. There we go. And we're going to make sure we give them the stairs as well. So let's flip you around. Because it's going to turn around and say in a minute that they haven't got anywhere to work. So we need to make sure we are giving them something to chop. We don't want them sitting around doing nothing, do we? There we go. You can chop that as well. Fantastic. They can get up to that level, which is good. They can't get up to the higher levels. So let's put another stair in. Let's pop you in the corner. There we go. And also steep stairs down here. Oh, too far. Is that on the right level? Oh, I'm in the wrong menu. Hold on. Let's try that again. Put one there as well. Once I've actually finished what they're doing over here and they've finished for the day, I'm going to move them up a little bit higher up just to make sure. Oh, there's nothing going in there. Yeah, that's fine. You can store whatever you want in there, can't you? Yeah, allow all. That's fine. There we go. Now they're all done. Let me move all of these up to the top. So let's move you there. Let's move you, I think, to here. And let's move you. I'm going to pop you over here so you're close to that set of trees. Fantastic. Anything else going on? Well, we want to try and get a few more whiskers in before the winter arrives. So making sure we are building some more log cabins for them. So I'm going to do the same approach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think will be plenty for now. We don't want to spend everything before we've actually got it, do we? Still, the main thing we want to go for is getting rid of that bland food trait, because yeah, they're going to really start complaining about that soon, especially as we start getting more whiskers and more kind of crass people working here. And we want to avoid that because ultimately, if we don't, they're going to, well, in essence, they're not going to be happy with us, are they? Okay, so we want to pop you there and you on that level. There we go. Then get to the top now. We have got one worker at the moment, and who is here? It's the taxman. How many have... Okay, so this is the last one probably before winter hits. So let's just send a nice big shipment if we can afford it. It's going to be quite an expensive shipment. All the copper's gone. All the cotton's gone. And we'll send them, we'll give them a load of fish, a load of flax. Let's see if I can take away a couple of fish. We can take away quite a lot of fish, actually. There we go. Send full shipment. That's the last one they're going to get this year. Haha, I know. Dangerous, isn't it? Super dangerous. We are building more houses. We're building 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can take a fair few right now. Let's have a look who we've got. We might need to re-roll it. This is not a great unsafe worker. Definitely want to avoid. Weak, we want to avoid. Rude. No, I almost accepted them all. Wow, that would have been bad. Let's see. Strong shoulders, but you're unsafe. Greedy. Again, quite bad. Compassionate, healthy, warm, core, content, considerate. I'm going to take a load of these. There we go. We want to make sure we're maximising our workforce as much as possible. And what we're going to get this time. So we've got quite a lot of good things there. I'm going to re-roll it once. Do we just take the small warehouse? Or do we go for fuel? I'm going to go for fuel because we're going to need fuel shortly. The reason why I'm going to go for fuel is we're going to need it for our smokery. And at the minute, that is what we are working on. He is almost done. 99%, 100%. Fantastic. Let's go straight away back into here and make sure now we've got the charcoal furnace. We've got the smokery. We're going to go medical now. In winter, people might get sick. And what's going to happen if they get sick is they're not going to work and it's going to be dangerous for them. So we're going to have a beaver or a mice epidemic, you could say, which is not what we want. Now, I'm not going to put it right on top because you can see the door aligns straight away with the entry point to this one. So we're going to place it one back. That way, we can put our steep stairs straight in underneath, flip you around, and we can put a path straight on top. So that's you done. Over here, what we'll put in is the factory, and we're going to get the charcoal furnace. We want to place this a bit further away because it is going to pollute, and I don't know which way the wind direction is moving at this point. So we're going to place it out the way, and that is also going to create heat, which is good because it will create heat for people working in the sawmill. And at the same point, we're going to make sure we're putting in a storage shed for them. I'm going to disable it as normal, all inputs, to ensure that we can just tell them we want logs in here and logs alone. The final thing we will look at putting in, I might not do it straight away, is we do want to get a logistics hub. The people working at logistics hub will be able to move items from A to B and vice versa, making it a lot more slick. So to ensure we've only got certain things in certain areas. So for example, any logs get stored there, they'll move it from any other warehouse over to here. Same for food, they might deposit it in like one next to our what they call this one, the forager's hut, and they might then move it into a warehouse nearby and move it into a warehouse right next to our cafe. So it works quite useful that way round as well. But seeing as winter is turning up and it is literally right round the corner, we're going to need to get some campfires in. Now campfires have a good effect, and this is why I said I want you to go vertical instead of out, because the campfires have a big old radius, as you can see. So we want to put one round about there, and we can probably get away with doing two. One there and one there. We want to also put it in places where we know they're going to be eating and working. So for example, right there seems the perfect spot, because that's going to incorporate anyone teaching, anyone working to unlock new items. And also up here in our forestry network, we want to make sure we're putting in a few up here for them to work. There we go, we'll pop one there as well. If I can, where have we got one? Can I put one anywhere around here? We can put one there. That should give us a nice big radius. And also around the mines. We're not going to put them inside the mines, which you can do. It does require solid ground, but you can ultimately at some point put it in there. But I want to put it above it, just to create the heat around the area if we can. Perfect. And I think that should be good. Right, let's roll on the night and see where tomorrow brings. So winter has arrived. The brutal winters make a treacherous travel such the king will suspend most visits to the colony. With content prepared, adequate supplies, you find yourself in good fortune for the spring. So ultimately, we can keep taking. If we have a look at our dock, we're still going to get supply ships, but we're no longer going to get the king until the spring comes around. So we're going to take the biggest crates possible. And when spring comes along, we're just not going to pay. Because there's no bad thing about that in a minute. And it might not last that long. But that's what we're going to go for. Fertility. Let's just check on this, how this is going. So fertility for cotton is really quite low. It's on 18 out of 80%. So we're going to change this to fallow. Berries is still really positive. And berries here is still pretty positive. But this crop is really quite low. So we're going to leave that for now. Okay, so the campfires are going in. Now you can add more wood into it. So you've got to keep an eye out. Because if they go out for good. So you're going to have to keep an eye on it to make sure they don't go out. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap up this first episode and this beginner's guide into playing Whiskerwood and getting ready for the winter. On the next episode, we're going to be taking on winter. Can we see it through all the way to spring? Will we survive? I really do hope so. But I hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you have, please remember to give us a like. Make sure you comment down below and also subscribe for more Whiskerwood content. And we'll see you very much on the next episode. Thank you ever so much for watching. Bye for now.